Just thought you'd like to see the rear fender, the inner fender there. Look, that's the piece of metal that I've cut out. As you can see, it's absolutely rotten. Still got a bit to do there. That's obviously where I've gone across with the angle grinder, but that's okay. I'll be able to fill that up with a spotter weld. And I'm just cutting out a template now. I'm going to put that template in position, and hopefully that will be all good. Then I'm going to have a go at doing this one. This one's much harder because it's angled, so that's going to be tricky. And then we've got this little chap down here to do. I'm certain he won't be any problem at all, but we'll see. Yeah, so that's where we are. I'm just going to put the template on, cut it out, and see if it fits. While I remember, here's the piece of metal that I made. That goes in the rear mount. Okay, and that was exactly the same thing again. That was the template as well. So he sits in there. If I can get the light on it. And there we go, like that. Now just put the hole in, and then I'm just going to weld that all the way around the edge. So that'll be looking good. And I've got the line there just to saw off, but I'm going to put the hole in for the bolt first. It just gives me more, really, just to hold it in the vise really while I drill it. But yeah, that's going to be good. So that's okay. I've done both sides of that, so that will be okay. And now, as I say, it's back to putting the template in there. So I'm going to be getting on and doing that. But it's the first time I've been outside now because of the rain. There are no garage doors here, so it will be really unpleasant trying to work out in the monsoon. Okay, come back to you in a moment. Just thought I'd give you a quick update. It's rained for about 4 days solid, and I don't know if you can see this, but the underneath of the house, our storage area, has flooded. Been pumping it out there just to try and get rid of some of the water, but that's kind of slowed us down a bit. But enough of that. Now let's get back to the car. I just thought you'd like to see how wet it really is. Okay, so here's the template that I've just cut out in place. As you can see, I've got a little bit of making good to do here where I've come too far across with the angle grinder. It's quite difficult to actually work out exactly where it ends, but that's okay because I can put some weld on there, and I can weld these little holes up as well, so that will be okay. And the other problem was here, because I didn't actually have the end because it was actually rotten. I had to I had to really guess where it was. So what I did in the end was to come across. I put a level across there like that, and that gave me roughly where the arch should end. And what I can do is obviously I can grind it when I've actually got it into position. I think on my Christmas list, not too far away now, there should be a nice little plasma cutter, because that would have made the job a lot easier maybe. Just thought you'd like to see my inner fender. I've made the metal template and to go back in there, and when I cut this I'll be able to pin this back into place and tack weld it in, and hopefully you won't see the join. Used a folder to do the edges here. I bought one a while ago actually, because I kind of knew I'd have to do this sort of stuff. This here, this edge here, this corner is actually quite difficult to fabricate. You've got to try, you've got the sort of resistance in the metal, so you've got to try and form it round and try and keep it so that when it's welded in, that the shape, the original shape, is still there. You know, the most important thing is that you can't see it. You know, you can't see the work that I've done. It must look like it was the original part of the car. I know a lot of it, obviously the boot floor is going to go across there, but that's by the by, it doesn't matter. You know, you just got to do it as best you can. So I'm going to cut the metalwork out for this Amazon template there. That's my next job. But that actually took a good couple of hours to do, because it was a lot of fiddling and sort of taking it around, bending the curve, and then just hammering it with a hammer and dolly to try and get the shape, this shape back in, so to make it look like it hasn't been done. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out and I'll come back to you there. Well, it's late in the evening now, and it's really cold and getting dark, so I put some lights on. I just wanted to show you, I've cut this piece of metal out. This is the last bit that I'm going to do today because it's just too cold now. Oops. Right, so that should fit in there, and once I've got it tack welded, and I don't think you're going to know that it's even been done. Look at that. I'm pleased with that. Okay, so I'll come back to you tomorrow because it's time to go in and get something to eat.